Previously on Ballz.
Listen, joining us here is James Small. Welcome, Bush.
Hey, how's it?
The hangout is well and truly open. We've got the thanks a lot. Who tweeted us that awesome picture of their computer with Ballz radio on and their castle right in front? Brilliant stuff. That's what the hangout's all about. Look out for a little later on this this year in September, October, November. We're heading out to a venue near you in the hangout with the guys from SA Breweries and the Dross. So we look forward to that every Friday. And hopefully we'll be having James Small in tow with us.
Cool, done.
Yeah, so look out for that. Also like to welcome to the show, by the way, the courier guy. A little earlier on we gave away one of our Ballz teas on the phones, and basically also drove the receptionist here. We were absolutely mad because we didn't know that the calls actually go through to her as well. But Gerrit wins himself that Ballz tea, and that'll be sent to you, Gerrit, courtesy of the courier guy, who've now just joined forces here with Ballz Visual Radio. So welcome to the courier guy, and the details will be on our website. You can check them out from the weekend into next week. 2 big games this weekend.
Yeah, D. Guys have to travel and play in the same week hard. Very hard, you know. I think Quade Cooper not playing for the Reds is going to be a big impact, and I think if one of our sides can win, it will be the Sharks side. At this stage, you can just see the games being upped. You can just see the quality coming out of sides, and that Crusaders side at home is just, it's way too class.
And year after year, I mean, we've seen them start seasons, the Crusaders, speaking about them for now, we've seen them start seasons, I think, losing 4 in a row.
Yeah.
And go and win the competition. That was when it was Super 12 or Super 10 days.
Sure.
But they've had their slow moments, but they always make sure that this time of the year they're at the top of their game.
Yeah, this is back now on Sunday.
Yeah.
And that's where they come alive.
Yeah, so you don't give the Bulls much hope in that game.
Unfortunately, I don't. I mean, to travel there and to, you know, the guys that come out of a test series, quite a few of that Bulls side have been involved in that test series. They're going to be sat. I don't know if they can get it up for a game against the Crusaders.
Simon, shut up.
Yeah. He's close to me, Darren. We'll shut him up either way, don't worry.
One backhand and that's
my left has always been my better punch. The boy that bounces awkwardly.
Which player can we verify that with?
What's that?
Have you ever Blixen to play in a game?
No. I've got no teeth in my mouth because I was always on the receiving end. Big mouth, no backup.
All right, so let's focus on that game now. We'll talk about the Sharks game a bit later on because obviously the Stormers are going to be watching both games with interest. They could play either of the winners of these sides, depending. If the Sharks win, then the Stormers will play them. If the Reds win, then it'll be the Stormers against the winner of the Bulls Crusaders game, which you and probably 90% of other people, except people in Pretoria, are saying it will be the Crusaders.
Yeah. Well, yeah, Darren, I'll give the Sharks. I actually think welcome to all the people down in Cape Town.
Yeah.
Like it's raining down there. Not like a time to be down there. But, yeah, I think the Stormers have got a shot for the Sharks, obviously. They've got the best look at it so far because I think without Quade Cooper, that side's going to be looking around waiting for somebody to start the action. They didn't start well at the beginning of the year.
Without him.
They've been without him most of the season, and they've managed to fix and come right. But I think in a game as big as what tomorrow's game is, they're gonna wait for somebody, and he's not there. So that losing philosophy can come back into them, and they are beatable.
Yeah. And
the Sharks side is on up. There's youngsters that are playing in the side that got a big boost out of that series. JP Peterson's playing the best rugby I've ever seen him play, and can be a match winner for them. So I think if they're on their back foot a little bit, that Sharks side can score points early and make it very hard for them. But that bodes well then for the Stormers.
Let's just look at that. So you say that the Stormers will be sitting there, and obviously, as much as people say we'll have to beat anyone to win this competition, but you know they sit there going, well, we'd rather play one than the other. The Crusaders, I mean, they're at home.
Yeah.
So you'd say out of the possibility of the Crusaders, the Sharks, or the Bulls, the Stormers would probably want the Sharks more than the other two. Definitely.
Yeah, I think the Sharks is
not the Bulls.
No, boy, I think that Bulls side is at home when they play in South Africa. They're a force. They really are, and I think they can get it up if they manage to win and they
when
come
they
back.
played against the Sharks, they looked like the force.
Listen, everybody's allowed an off day. But you know they're going to come back full of energy if they beat that Crusaders side. That's like winning a test match for them.
Yeah.
So Yeah, I think at best it would be the Stormers to play against the Sharks for the Stormers side. I think that's what they'd be looking for.
The Bulls, I mean, if you talk about history and experience in playoff time, over the latter years, obviously with their success, the Crusaders have been their victims a few times.
Yeah.
But it was a different Bull side. I mean, without the experience, you know, there's no Matfield, no Buerta, 7 of their guys have gone.
Yeah.
Might have been a different story if those guys are still around.
No, but to push it out, you need players of that caliber, and that's, you know what I mean. That's why I'm backing the Crusaders side. They've got that essence in them that they know how to win. They know how to win tight games. They know how to close it down and to actually to eke a win out of it. And I don't think that the Bulls can do that.
Yeah, and obviously, I mean, there's still a little concern over the form of Mornay staying. I saw Flock Saliers was tweeting a little earlier on about how comfortable, how happy, how prepared the guys are. But I mean, obviously, the guys do say that publicly. Yeah. But you know, obviously, if there is going to be any hope for the Bulls, they're going to need to have him dead-eye deck again with his kicks if the Crusaders are going to give them opportunities in kickable positions.
Yeah, I've got a philosophy on that. I don't know if he combines very well with the youngster at scrum half. I don't know. He had a great understanding with Fourie, and they were good Chinese. They were good mates. 9 and 10 hang out. You know what I mean? They pretty much go everywhere. They're roommates. It's a thing. You know, it's like props and hookers, but for a different reason. Pun intended. Yeah, it just, I don't know if they've got a relationship. You know, I sat with Hochi the other night at this dinner, and he sat the whole night on his phone. So I don't know if this kid is, you know, if he's playing that team game at the moment, which is a worry. I love watching him play rugby. I'm not dissing his rugby ability, but you know, when you become a star, it's sometimes a bit of a hard thing to manage.
Yeah, Simon.
Yeah.
He wouldn't know.
Me and my 470 Twitter followers.
Maybe imagine. I'm just thinking. Imagine Mornay arrived at the game and suddenly he's got as many tattoos as Hochi. I know people fall over.
I know Mornay and Van and Ulifi are big covers.
Yeah, yeah. So the Bulls got to get there first. That's the bottom line. You know what I mean? And it takes a while. I think it takes a while. It would take a while for them to understand one another. And when he does something, I mean, Mornay and Fourie had like almost like an long-standing understanding. Yeah, an understanding on the field where you actually know what somebody's thinking before they've done it.
All right.
We the best on 3. 1, 2, 3. We the best.
2 p.m. to 6 p.m. Mondays to Fridays live on Ballz.co.za. Ballz.co.za.